Hey guys, what is up? This is Dean and Nico with Burn One, and we've both got our hands on some really good sets over the Christmas time. So we're going to be reviewing these really good sets that we managed to get our hands on. And first up, we have Mai Hime, probably the greatest set ever made. In case you didn't know, Mai Hime is also bundled with The Girl Who Leapt Through Space. Why we actually don't.
The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, not
It's
the girl who
Space,
leapt through...
actually. Time is the one I always mess up with.
Yeah, you're right.
It's actually Space.
I don't think I've ever seen that show.
I have never seen it either, but the cards were so good that I knew I had to own it. So the set actually came out so long ago. I think it was like 2008, back before they had Neo Standard. So it was back when you weren't like set locked. You could play like all of the cards. Like Standard was the only format. So they made two different animes in a single set, and it was just like cards to go into other things. So that's if you're ever wondering why there's so many like random traits and cards that just do things, that's probably why. It's a very powerful set. And our rating.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So in our most recent Highlander Pauper Standard, did you run any Mai Hime, Mai Atome cards? Or whatever the heck the set was?
I did not, though. There is some really dank ones. There's actually there's like a really dank red card we'll get to that probably would be pretty funny in one of those decks.
I will look forward to seeing that card then.
Yeah, so what's our rating scale, just so people know? It's just going to be playable, not playable, bad, or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Okay, I mean
playable, not playable, and bad. Because we let's be honest here. There's no actual good cards in the set.
Yeah. There's just cards that can go into a deck. Surprising, some of these don't even make that criteria. So first up, we have this. I have to actually read these names.
Mashiro Blonde Windbloom.
Yeah. Okay. So she's a cute loli. She's got a cute smile. She's a global 500 to Akira. Akira's like 5 cards in this set. One of them is playable, 4 of them are not.
It's pretty good.
And then when a card is reversed on your board, you can take a card 1,000. So it's a revenge trigger. Most importantly, though, this is actually an experience condition. So I, at the very least...
I think this is playable because you can... it's not up to once per turn, too, right? So you said it's an experience condition, and it's not up to once per turn, and then occasionally you have like the random plus 500 power, so you know it'll fit into a deck.
Yeah, so we'll give it playable. Next up we have Akira. See, so this is the girl. This is the one you play. This is your only plus and climax combo in the entirety of Mai Hime. Reminder: if you just want to play Mai Hime, this is the only thing you got. So during your turn, if that other card was in level, this is a 6/5, decent power, and then has climax combo. This is a draw 2k one, so you don't lose hand. You get to bounce a card on your board. That is so powerful, dude. You deny your opponent reverses, you plus. It's on a plus and climax that pushes damage when you trigger it. I have to still give this a playable. What do you give this, Nico?
I mean, so if you put the 2k1 on here, it gets to 8/5, right? And then if you have the back row,
you don't have the back row. You have to clock. You have to clock it on opening hand.
Yeah, so it'll get to 9k, right? So it's a respectable level 1 climax combo on your turn. Yeah. It's a little unfortunate that it looks like it's probably just going to die to
well, I want you to know
tissue on your opponent's turn, but that's okay.
I sacked really hard one game with this. I played the climax 5 turns in a row. I couldn't stop drawing the draw 2k one, and I had double of this every turn because I was triggering gate like the 3rd attack every time, so I got to salvage one. That felt really good. I lost that game horribly because I couldn't stop drawing climaxes. But yeah, I think this is playable for the sole fact there's literally no other plus and combo in this set. Now we have another Akira card. This is a 1/1/5k with a soul trigger. It's pretty broken.
Okay.
During your turn, it's a 6k. And it has hand encore, so you can always make it to your turn again.
It's pretty, yeah. So I don't think this is playable, right?
So we're gonna give this the bad rating.
I would say this is
Okay.
bad.
Important to note, it does have elemental trait and master trait, so you can encore it with Avenger.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
The
it's
Fate
elemental.
support.
Yeah, and it is elemental, which is important. So now we have Mai Hime, Mikoto, Energetic Child. This card is 2,500 power, and you can discard a character to make it a 5k for the turn.
It's,
Or two characters to make it a
unplayable.
7/5. Believe it or not, I have to play this in the deck.
Is there any particular reason why, or is there just straight up no better options?
So there is, here's a small spoiler. There is one level 3 in the entirety of this set, and it is green.
Dang.
And there
Okay.
are no green cards in this set.
All right. So this
But-
is unfortunately mandatory to play. That's okay.
But this is-
You know, it's only a small 500 power demerit. You know, it can be.
It is.
Sometimes you have dead characters in hand that you're not gonna want to play on board. So
It is.
you know, if you ditch it, it'll be 5k. It's it's unplayable, but you know, it's all right.
It is. It's pretty bad, but like it's bad. But you may be forced to play this in this set. Okay, now this card's meta. This card is meta. This is rare. It is a level 0, 1k power. On play, your opponent has to declare 0, 1, 2, or 3. You top check. If you top check the level they declared, that card gets summoned on your board. This is your only plussing card other than the level 1 combo.
How many level 3s are in this set overall?
I told you one.
Ooh, okay, so
it's
a
very
little
it's
unfortunate.
very meta set, dude.
Okay, so this is actually playable though, because this can be sometimes dank.
It's actually really funny because there's only one level 3 in the set. You might trick your opponent into declaring 3, which would be far more detrimental, even with this shitty set, than like they would be able to handle, right? Because like you just shit out at 10k. What are they gonna do? It's your
You
level
can do
0.
this. You can do this on your first turn.
You can.
of the game.
And they're actually more like it's funny because I think they're more likely to declare 3, just out of habit, right? Like if they know the matchup, they're more likely to give you the strongest card in your deck. So this is a high roll, and that's why I'm going to give it for a rating. What are you giving it, Nico?
This is definitely playable plus in the context of this deck.
Playable plus. It's a powerful card. Next card, My Determined. 2/2. And notice we're getting one card per color, and then immediately going to the next. We've already went through yellow and green, so we're already on red. This is a 2/2. It has 2 soul trigger, elemental waitress. If it has a marker, it is a level 3 10/5. So it's like your early play, right? And it has climax combo. When it dies, if you have the gate in play, it comes back with the blind marker from top. So I like the implications of this card, because the implication is this card with a climax at 9/5 was not big enough to kill something. So then it had to trade. And then after dying, it gaining the extra 1k power over what it had with the climax is going to be enough for it to not die.
This card is not played, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take that as a no. This card is not played. All right, cool. This card is unplayable.
I have avoided playing it, but you do play its climax because it is
Oh yeah,
on a
because
gate.
it's probably a gate, right? Yeah,
It's
yeah.
broken. It's got a $4 climax.
All
Okay,
right.
now this is the best card in Mai Hime. 1/0, 3,500 power. Weapon, illness. This isn't elemental. This does not proc with your cards that need elemental. Which is important because there are actually cards that require that. This goes into Fate Weapon or something, I don't know. But when you level up, you pay 1, burn 1. It's broken. This is your finisher.
What?
This is your only source of extra damage in the set.
Okay. I guess that's okay.
You start killing at 2. You just put 2 of these in the back row, they'll never swing at you.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So what are we calling this?
Meta.
Meta? Okay, we're gonna give this meta. I'll go with you on this one. I think it's pretty dank, right? Because it's like, how do they play around this?
You want damage from level 2? That's right. They have to still keep playing. There's no way to play around
this does the same amount of damage as Mikasa.
You have a really bad matchup against decks like Log Horizon and Charlotte, especially, and Kimono.
Yeah,
Friends.
but like, think about this though. This does as much damage as a Mikasa.
You're right.
Confirmed. So but this is a Mikasa you don't even have to put on the board, and you start killing them earlier. So like the damage is like spread out. So you're not like susceptible to like one super compressed deck like shitting on you. It's like you get to spread out the damage throughout the turns.
Very nice.
It's
all right,
nice.
You want me to take over for the next couple cards?
Yeah, okay. Oh, this one has a Kira name. That's pretty important, but
So it's Arika Nina. It's a 2/1/7/5. It has element gem, and then for each of your other gem characters, it gets 500 power. So with a full board of gem characters, which you probably will never have, it would be 9/5.
Yeah. Fun fact. I'm just gonna put unplayable down for you. I don't think there's like any gem card. I think there's like 2 gem cards on the set.
Okay, so cool. So this card is not playable then.
Yeah,
excellent.
It does have elemental, which is like kind of nice, but it's so bad.
Okay, so then that's fine. We'll just go on to the next card. So we have Natsuki and Chizuru.
Yeah,
it's a level 0 500 power with element and gem again. So the first effect is if Mashiro Blonde Windbloom is in your level zone, all your other element characters get 500 power. I think that's the first card we talked about, the event.
Yeah.
And then it also has assist, everything in front gets 500 power. So
I think this is pretty strong. I mean, it's 1,000 power to front, 500 to sidelines.
No, it's not 1,000 power to front because it only affects element characters.
Yeah, but it's also got 500 assist.
Yeah, but it's not 1,000 power to front.
So I've been trying to like point this out while we've been doing it. Elemental is like 90% of the Mai Hime archetype.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. It's the gem is like only a couple characters, and so like you don't get as much coverage with the gem trait, but the elemental trait, I think it just covers more cards.
Okay, then that's not terrible then. So at level 1 it becomes, like a 1k to front. That's not...
For instance, like this thing, your level 1, that we had before, that had elemental gem. Well, it had elemental and gem. So like your bounce back combo that you was like a 6/5, 8/5 if you put the climax on it, this would make it a 9/5.
Ooh.
So, it's pretty good. And like it kind of goes with like later you're going to see some really bad cards, but I think they go in the deck because this gives them enough power, right? Because like 1,000 power is quite a bit, right? It's like,
yeah. All right. So I think we can both agree then that this is pretty playable.
Playable? Okay.
Why? Do you think you want to put meta on this?
I mean it's pretty garbage. So we'll go to the next one.
It's Nina and Erston. This is a level 0 3k vanilla. Do you play this card? I'm guessing not, because it's a vanilla, but,
what?
How
good do you think the zeros are, dude?
Okay, so I guess this is meta plus then.
Meta plus? Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming that you definitely play this then.
It has elemental. See, it's important, right? That's a good trait. It has swimsuit, which isn't relevant, but it is a vanilla, which means that it doesn't have a demerit on it.
Yeah, but it really impacts your KOF matchup because the swimsuit trait is a bit different.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but like think about this is a 4K level 1.
No, it can't be a 4K level 1.
Yeah, it is.
Because you don't. Oh yeah, level 1. Yeah, you're right.
See.
All right, next card then, and then I'll let you take over after that. So we have Nina Wong. This is a 2/2 AK. For each element character you have in your level zone, this gets 500 power. So
Oh,
you
that's
level
what
two
it
element
is?
characters.
Oh, this card is so bad! I thought it was for each
So-
elemental on the board.
No,
Oh,
it's
this
for
was a
each
10K.
elemental in your level zone. It gets 500 power.
Oh,
So if you
it's-
have 2 element characters, it becomes a vanilla 229K. But if you're at level 3 with 3 elements, it becomes a 2295.
Shonen, it gets stronger the closer you are to death, mimicking the flavor that is Weiss Schwarz. Well, this got actually. I have been cheating very hard. I thought these things were like 11K. However, it has 2 soul.
It has element trait, so it gets impacted by the back row, and it has the gem trait.
No
So if
wait.
you're running that support and that
Please
stuff,
tell me this has elemental. I am going to be so sad.
this has elemental.
Oh no! Your experience condition doesn't have elemental.
Oh no, the level 0 card doesn't have elemental. Okay.
This is a 2285. Oh god.
It's okay.
Oh god.
It's okay. It's no problem.
I've been
no
cheating
problem.
so hard. Oh well, it has 2 soul, so I'm gonna put it down as 2 soul. It's my rating.
I think that'll work. The
What?
2-soul rating will work for this card.
2 soul rating. Yeah. This is a card. I thought it actually contested board. I was a fool for thinking that this card would contest board without having hand encore. Good lord. So this is the split 2K1 that goes with your level 1
It's
combo.
not a split 2K.
Or no, a draw 2K1.
This isn't a draw 2K1.
This
This
is
is Maiden
Stock Soul?
Dancing in this. Yeah, this is a blind stock off the top.
I've been cheating. Well, fun fact, don't play Vice with me. I don't know what my cards do. This is the gate that goes with the level. Okay, look, I read the cards once. Man, it's got. Oh man, I should be better than this, dude.
That's okay. So it's alright. It's a blind stock off the top. It's kind of playable.
Yeah.
And then the next one is a
It's a
gate,
gate, yeah.
which is it's meta.
So
that's
we've
good.
actually finished all of the Mai Hime cards. If you thought that there would be more support for that set in the first booster, you're wrong. Now
We
we're
do
on-
have a second booster.
Yeah. But this is now the girl who leapt through space, which can be mixed with Mai Hime. So you can mix these two. It's just like 2 completely different traits that you're mixing. But that might not matter because your overall cards in Mai Hime are so booty. I can't believe that card is experience. But okay, yeah. So now you get the super meta card. It is a 2/1 8K colony weapon. And it has the startup effect. Pay 6, bounce your opponent's entire level 3 or lower front row. This is broken because it doesn't target. It bounces Reinhardt. It bounces like Fate Walls. Gets rid of next
Bounces
soul.
Priestess too. Yeah, dude. This
At
is
level
really
2.
meta.
At level 2.
So wait, so that means you can answer whenever Goblin Slayer drops Priestess on you. You can immediately answer it with this card.
Broken. So, I'm gonna
This
get this
is
meta.
I would rate this as MVP. No, this is beyond meta. This is like MVP.
MVP. So this is MVP. This card is going to carry this set because you're going to just stare at your 7 stock and be like, huh, after I do this. And then I play my second one next turn. Or next one doesn't even matter. So yeah, on to the next card. It's Akiha?
This one is Akiha.
Yeah, the girl who leapt through space. So we got the name of the show in there for us. It's got colony trait, and you could tap a card to make it a vanilla for the turn. But if you tap 2 cards, it's a 4K for the turn.
That's pretty strong.
I'm gonna give this the garbage rating.
Oh, you don't play this? Dang.
No. The girl who leapt through space surprisingly has cards that are almost playable.
Okay, so that's fine. I'll take your word on it that this is garbage.
Okay. I mean, like, even, like, if it wasn't, this is worse than the 2-5 ditch a card, gain 2k. 2-5, right? Because, like, this is, like, even worse. Because it's, like, less likely to live. It dies to, like, a free runner. Itsuki and Hanukkah. I've never actually seen this card in my life. On play, you choose a non-green card, and you give it 1,000 power. And it's police and ESP, so it's not colony trait. But this would go in Milky Homes?
Yes, this would go in Milky Homes, because Kokoro and her girls are all police trait.
So
the problem is you can't actually give any of the green police girls the 1k power, so you would have to give that power to the Kokoro.
Yeah, that seems fine. I mean, like, Kokoro's red, so... So how do you feel about this card? Is this,
Well, so considering I think most of the support revolves around the colony trait, this is actually unplayable.
Unplayable, yeah. I mean, sadly, I think you're right there. So this is Itsuki Kanagi. It is a 1/1 1k power soul trigger backup. However, follow me here. The backup doesn't actually take cost because you only have to pay the cost of the counter, right? So like a 1/1 counter would have like a 1 in parentheses for like 2k power, but this doesn't have the 1. So this is actually a 1/0 counter if you use it, but if you hard play it, it costs a stock.
Interesting. Okay.
Colony Police. It's a 1k counter, but it's got a soul trigger, so it pushes damage and it saves board. It's like you either get the damage by triggering it or by opening up a lane with it. And when you use the backup, you can choose a character in your clock, add it to hand, and then choose a card in your hand and put it in clock. This is a ditch out. It's hand fixing. It's color fixing.
Agreed. So this would be... do you actually run this card, though? Are you... well, yeah, you do, because you have an unstoppable board. So then, yeah. You would run this card. This is playable.
That's playable. I do think it is pretty interesting, though, because like I myself had to do a double take. I was like, this 1/1 counter only gives 1,000 power. I'm like, wait a second, this 1/1 counter doesn't cost stock. The 1 is literally so it's not 0 power, because that soul trigger is 1,000 power. It's only making it a stronger card.
I like it a lot.
Next up, we have Honoka Kawai. She's Colony Esper, 1/0, 5k. Come and play, pay 2. You salvage any card with Akiha, which is the pink-haired girl. It's Colony, it's ESP. It pluses you for 2 stock, but like don't forget, back then the game was different. So like 2 stock for a plus is like considered like, so it's kind of selective, right? It's like it gets you things you want. I'm gonna say this is passable. It's not like you kind of wish you had better things.
So I will say, in the context of just this first set, I haven't gleaned at the other set. This is the only red card for the girl who leapt through space, and it's on a level 1.
It's the last card too.
It's on a level 1, and so this girl who leapt through space actually only had 5 cards come out in this set. There was no climax for girl who leapt through space either.
Yeah, but that's why you can mix the 2.
Okay, that's fine then.
Can you imagine when the set came out and you have 2 climaxes and like 4 colors? Oh no, yeah. Look how bad these color spreads are. Oh, truly, this was the best set ever made.
Okay.
But like we have to think about this. You can't just like look at set 1 of a set and declare like a card unplayable, right?
Okay.
So knowing that there's more support.
Some spoilerinos then. So I am seeing.
Spoiler. Wait. This salvage is only 1 card in the original set, right?
Yes. Well, it salvages 2 because.
Oh yeah. No. Because this is the. Oh yeah.
It's Akiha. 2. It salvages Akiha.
It salvages your level 0 or your level 3.
Yeah.
Or your level 2. Your level 2.
That's fine. I will say I'm kind of spoiling myself a little bit here, so I'm sorry for cheating. But I'm looking at the second set here, and there's only two other red cards for Goku Lepter's Fate.
Okay, you're kind of that's like 8 other cards you can put in the deck, right? So
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I think let's cut off the set here.
so pending,
I think this card is it's pending
pending.
right now. Since I see at least two other cards, though, I want to bump it up to play.
Oh, playable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but for this extra booster overall, I want to give it a pretty garbage rating,
Okay.
mainly because I didn't actually see, there's no even level 3 in this set. Oh, no, I'm sorry, there is.
No, there's not.
Because it's on, if you run the 2, no, it is, because if you run the 2/2, and then you get the climax combo, it gets
Oh shoot! You're right. Broken. So that was the level 3 in the set. Well, I hear back then you didn't play level 3, right? What?
I said, no, that's just pretty strong.
Yeah, it's I mean, like you had your 2/2 that like became a 9/5 at level 3 if you weren't playing the experience package. Good lord, this is booty cheeks. Oh man, I want to kind of just play like non-supported Mai Hime now. This is pretty powerful. But
All right, let's power through this then.
yeah,
Let's start
let's go
off
to the next
with,
one.
set 2. I'll start it off here then.
Okay.
So, for the first card, we have Mashiro and Fumi. This is a 2/1/6K. All of your other element characters get 1K power, so that's pretty relevant.
It's a
and then
strong,
it has the other
it's a strong
effect.
level 0.
Yeah. You have pay 2 Restless. You search your library for an element character. So pay 2, tap self, continuous plus. That's pretty strong. I would say this is meta playable.
Meta playable. I'm gonna put this as worse than the 0. And then you're going to give it meta playable, which is pretty powerful ratings. I want you to know this text is like horribly skewed, by the way. It's pretty
That's
good.
fine. Okay, we're going to go to the next card here. It's
Yeah, we are.
Blue Sky and Nepture. I guess they misspelled Neptune. That's pretty cool.
Well,
Or maybe it's called Nepture. Sure. Anyway, Blue Sky and Nepture. Arca and Nina. This is a level 0/5. If you have one or fewer other characters, it gets 1/5 power. So
You can
if you
dual
it's a
field
semi-loner,
4Ks.
It's a 4K. That's pretty strong, actually.
It
I
has
would actually
element
say this
and
is,
gem.
this is pretty playable.
Playable. It is.
What do you think? Do you also think it's playable?
I actually never saw this card. Because like Mai Hime was like the second set I was thinking about. I just wanted like a pile of garbage that was semi-playable, and Mai Hime wasn't
Okay,
making
well,
the
this
cut.
card might also be like $20 per card. So
Oh yeah, actually,
that could
I
also
don't
be a
think
thing.
I don't actually think I saw this. Yeah, this card is $5 on this TCG Republic, but this is probably like a $3 card on Ute sold out or something. It's got Element and Gem. I think this is playable. This is a good 0.
All right. So the next card is Alyssa and Miyu. It is a level 0 vanilla 3K. It is off trait. It has music and mecha. So I guess this is actually completely unplayable. But this is
Cool.
probably pretty dank Idolmaster support back in the day.
It goes in Gurren Lagann. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, so, but actually unplayable. Cool.
Oh, the next one's gonna give you a.
All right, so I'll do like 2 more, and then you can take over for them.
Okay.
So we have Yukino and Haruka. It's a level 0/5 green card. It has the effect this ability activates up to 2 times per turn. When your other student council member is placed from hand to the stage, this gets 1K power for the turn. I think this has synergy with Persona 3 and Decapa. In the context of this deck, I haven't unfortunately spoiled myself for the traits, but this is probably also unplayable.
I think you're right. It's got if you play down more copies of itself, it gets power.
That's pretty dank. I like that a lot. All right, so I'll do the last card for myself, and then I'll toss it over to you. So we have Mai and Natsuki and Mikoto. It's a 1/05K. When this attacks, if Power of Hime is in the climax zone, this gets 3K power for the turn.
Dude, it's an AK. Do we need to know what Power of Hime is?
That's very strong.
We need to know what Power of Hime is.
Um,
Oh, is Power
Power
of
of
Hime?
Hime is a 2-soul, so it's
No.
this is beyond playable.
Holy shit!
Oh, and hold on, I forgot to mention this has element trait, so you can play this card,
Ooh, so it's like
and
a
it
6K?
combos with a 2-soul.
Oh wait, this might be.
So
This
with a
is his
2-soul,
Little Busters tier. So you're gonna call this
I
meta?
agree.
Or you're
No,
gonna call
this is Little Busters.
Little Buster tier. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is clearly as good as the Rin combo. Maybe even better because it wins board. You don't even have to side attack, so you always get to swing in for 3. It's pretty broken.
I like this combo a lot.
I'm kind of sad I don't own those 2 souls now. So I guess
All right,
next up is now Yuki. She is a 1/1 5K with a soul trigger, elemental infirmary. She has hand encore, so she gets to stay around, and you can discard a card from your hand to give 2/5. It's going with the synergy of actually not having a hand, but managing to win a single lane on offense. It's green. It is absolute garbage. Are you going to argue with?
But it does have element trait.
It does have elemental trait, which means it is part of your experience condition. I thought that was a board condition, but it's an experience condition.
No problem. So this is probably unplayable then.
I'm giving it the garbage rating for you because I think the 1/1
I
is
think
soul
that's
trigger. Next up is Haruka and Arika. It's a 2/2 8/5 2 soul element gem. So this is actually your second 2 soul beater in the set, which is pretty. Well, it's actually your third, right? Because you get the 2/2 red card. But this one is broken because if you have 2 or more elements, it has hand encore. Which is this is the first card with hand encore that's had 2 soul. I'm gonna give this playable. This is a 9/5.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's not like playable, but it's fine. Like you're not gonna be offended if somebody plays this down on you when they're playing my game.
Yeah, it's slightly better than the other cards.
Because it also gets to stick around. So whenever you triple trigger gate, then you refill your hand.
Ooh. Yeah.
Keep this bad boy around.
And this might be a part of a spoiler, but if you haven't noticed, there's been 0 cards that hand fix and 0 cards that mill your deck. So if you trigger a gate, you may have hand, but that's one less cancel.
No. It's totally fine because sometimes you'll just pay 3 into encore.
You're right.
And you'll pay the game.
I mean, but you don't really care about paying the gate. So like, you don't care about paying the gate out because like you're not going to hit second deck.
Okay, it's a little oof, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's get to okay. So I spoiled myself. Let's get to the next card. This next card's
Mikoto Minagi. Okay, this is a 3/2 green element weapon, 10K. So this is the first level 3 we've seen. It's the only level 3 we'll see in Mai Hime. On play, heal, but then also on play, your opponent declares 1, 2, or 3. You top check. If you top check the card that they declared, like the level, you stock charge 2 times that. Otherwise, you put it back. So, obviously, this card is really bad if you fail the top check, but it's really sacky if you pass it.
Well, not really, right? So even if you top check a level 3, you're gonna be the only other level 3 you're gonna reveal is a copy of this dude. So then you that you can't play too many more of this dude because then you'll blind stocks like 5 extra cards after this.
Yeah, but like think about.
And then with like our luck, you're gonna blind stock the other copies. So then you're only gonna be playing 1 copy of this card.
But if you have to, now what was really cool was I got the honor of playing against Anti-Heal with the set. And with Anti-Heal, it's kind of broken because you can, like, if you fail the top check, you then heal and then take the damage. So you've milled your deck. So now it's blind again. Um,
That's pretty strong.
so, it's also +4 on stock. So I've got to give this meta. It's basically Hanakawa on steroids.
Yeah,
What-
I think meta's a fitting rating for this card.
Okay, so we'll go to the next card.
This is the two soul.
Oh, it's the two soul. You're right.
So this is once again Little Buster's tier.
Okay, now we have Mai Hime, Midori, Sugira, Elemental Teacher. When she gets reversed, you can reverse a level 0. The reversed her. And then it has pay 2 on death, salvage a mecha.
So I've been kind of noticing there's not really a lot of mecha traits in my Hime. So that's
There's
a
not.
little restrictive, but it's a bomb.
It is, but here's the kicker. The girl who left her space does have mecha trait.
Ooh, that's really good then. Okay. This goes up from unplayable to unplayable.
Unplayable?
Okay, well, it's not unplayable.
What
It's
if I
like
told
suicide.
you? What
right?
if I
Okay,
told
so it's
you?
fine.
What if I told you I had to spend $5 a piece on these?
Well, that's pretty unfortunate, sir.
But yeah, it
So
is.
yeah, you know what? It's a suicider. It'll sometimes, depending on the deck you're running, you can pay 2+.
You're
You know,
playable.
I'm not calling it playable.
You're not
I'm gonna call it almost playable.
Almost playable.
Do you
Okay.
play this in your deck though?
Yeah, you do. It's $5 for a reason.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Next card, 1/1.
Well,
My
I didn't actually see a better. I guess you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, 1/1 Mai Tokiha, Element Waitress, 500 assist and 1k revenge trigger. How do you feel about this one? I think this is pretty unplayable. It's got a soul trigger, so it pushes damage while also supporting
It's
you.
pretty garbage. Don't like you. Literally have a better card in Zero that has like almost this exact same profile, except it's like name restricted. So then, why the hell would you pay like 1 extra stock for this? Just so
It
you
has a
can
soul
run
trigger.
an extra soul trigger? Yeah, that's it.
Damage.
Oh wait, no. I guess this is element trait, so you're on trait if you play this.
Yeah.
But then you lose your experience condition for that one thing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
For your 1+ in combo. So okay, I think this is unplayable. That's
Yeah.
fine. I
So-
can say unplayable.
So I guess we're going to the next one. We have Mai and Mikoto in swimsuits. It's a 2/1, 2500 power, soul trigger, vanilla 3k counter. It's your only counter in Mai Hime.
means it's playable plus.
I mean, like, you can technically play the other counters, but if you're going for Mai Hime, like tribal, you actually only have this. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, so
that
by
is.
that virtue, it has to be playable. If
Yeah.
it's your only option for count.
Yeah. Now comes the really sad part. I actually played this card. 1055 element bike. If you don't have another Shizuru Fujino, which is another card we're about to see, this can't attack. It's a vanilla that can't attack. Unless you have another card on the board. And when you attack, you give all of your cards 500 power for the turn, including itself.
That's good.
Um,
So like with the right back row support and stuff, it can get to like what 6, 5, 7k. It's okay without before climax.
and what's really cool, at least, is with the yellow card, because you're playing 4 of this and the other card, you can like bounce the one that you only have 1 copy of, and then that way get like your 3 attacks, and then like save the ability to attack with this again.
That's pretty solid then. It's pretty playable.
Playable. Okay.
What would you think this is then?
It's so sad. It's sad. Like it doesn't deserve a rating other than like tears.
Okay, I think you could put tiers then. I'm sticking with play.
So here's the other card it goes with.
I've seen you play this card.
Yeah, Shizuru Fujino. She is a 1/1 element student council, 6k power. If you don't have the 1/0, she can't attack. So you see the struggle here, right? But during your turn, this is a blue card. I don't believe that. There's no
so
way.
This was supposed to be when all that flavor's supposed to be out, right? So how is this during your turn? Otherwise, this would be a yellow card.
There's no way. Google Translate is gonna tell me it can't translate this. Okay. Well, I don't actually. There's no way that's your turn. This is a blue card.
I'm gonna take Heart of the Card's word for it.
Okay, I have read this card on Little Akiba, and I think it says during your opponent's turn. If this is during your turn, this card is actual hot garbage, because I thought you could bounce the 1/0 and then this thing like maybe live by being a 7/5. But I don't believe that's your turn. But if it is, that's very sad. So I'm actually going to move this to unplayable if this translation is right. Well, because so in my mind...
No. I know why you're moving it to unplayable. I understand, because, if this is 6k during your opponent's turn, this card is not living.
Yeah, because, and like that, right? It's like you need this card to live so your 1/0 can attack, that you bounce back, which is like the only synergy I saw in the set.
Man, that's a little disappointing then.
It is.
I can take over for a little bit.
So you're gonna give it the what are you rating this one?
Man, I guess I'll give it like a sad panda.
Sad panda. Okay then.
If the translation is to be believed, I think it gets sad panda.
I mean, we can
and then I want to retroactively give the other cards sad panda.
Let's take a quick second to check Little Akiba, because I mean there are two sources, and this is like a really old set. Heart of the Cards does mess up at times, and we can't take them at their word, right? Got to do the quick.
I mean, Trust Cut verifies,
Phantom is the same time as this set. During your opponent's turn is what Little Akiba says. I'm willing to believe that, because blue, they actually followed colors back then. Right?
Yeah, so I guess if it's during your opponent's turn, then I think both of the cards become playable for the set.
Yeah. Next up, Nico, you take over.
Alright, we have Natsuki in Swimsuit. This is a level 025 element swimsuit trait. When this is placed from hand to the stage, you get to scry.
It lets you move, so alternatively, if you're not against anti-heal, if you play down a level 3 and then you play down this, it's like you get a second chance.
Yes. Or you can fake your opponent out with this. So you can scry this, leave it on top, and then play your level 3.
Or your 0.
That too. Okay, so I would give that card pretty playable.
Playable? Okay, it's a scry. I mean, that's deck manipulation.
Dude, it's element trait too.
Yeah.
How could it not be playable?
Well, I guess we're on to the next one.
Alright, so we're going into the girl who led through space now. This is Akiha, Last Hope. I really like the art on this card. It's pretty cool.
It is.
When this attacks, if Golden Gun, that sounds pretty cool, is in the climax zone, choose one of your colony characters. That character gets 2/5 for the turn. This is a 1/03k, I forgot to mention. And then it bonds to Leopard Brain Colony. Leopard Brain Colony is a bad card. Okay.
It's a plus. It's a pay 1+, dude.
You're not wrong. So, man, this
on
is
a win.
Oh, that's pretty meta right now.
Ooh.
Okay, so this gets my seal of approval for playable plus.
I'm giving it
playable plus meta.
as good as Aaron. And you're giving it playable plus meta. So that's pretty powerful. It's a card.
Yeah. Okay, so next up we have the card of Bonstu, which is a Leopard Brain Colony. So this is a 2/2 8K, and if Akiha Last Hope is in your level zone, this gets 1/5 power. So you got a little bit of synergy. So if you level one of your Apples targets that we just covered, this becomes a 2/2 9/5. So that's overspect. So we have to remember that. So it's really, really strong. And it mentions Earl Grey tea in its flavor text, so that's also really strong. So this is also, I would say, playable meta plus.
Okay.
What do you think?
I put it's better than the Mai Hime 2/2.
You're not wrong.
Just
And you have, so like if you miss your experience condition on level 1, you can try again at level 2.
it's pretty good. Oh.
Right, next we have Akiha, Successor of Wish. This is level 0. Ooh, it's this spicy card. I love it already. Okay. So the art on this is also really good. This is a level 0/25. For each colony character in your level zone, this gets 2k power. So at level 1, it becomes a 4/5. At level 2, this becomes a 6/5. And at level 3, this becomes an 8/5. So a level 0/85 is pretty strong. So this is like, I would put this in overpowered tier.
Overpowered. It's like the fakest condition, right? Because like think about like all those traits they have. They say like for student counts is near level, like right? But they actually chose the trait that the set actually has. So this condition, like okay, at 0 it's not good, but like fielding like just free 4/5s at level 1, it's still not the best. But when you start getting free 6/5s and stuff, that's like, I mean, a free 6/5 is like decent, right? That's as good as a. It's actually technically better than like a What is that clone called? The 1045 500 for every other.
Taige?
Taige, yeah. Because those the problem with them is like they let your opponent side attack for more precise damage, which can be seen as a bad thing on like fielding level 1s in the late game.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
But there is no soul manipulation for your opponent with this card, so it is actually just the strongest card in the entire game. If I can just declare that now.
So you would agree with me that this card is overpowered?
It is overpowered. It's actually like surprisingly strong. Compared to the other cards that we have read. So yeah, we're skipping the wind, and then we're on to the next.
So we're on to the next card, and then I'll pass it on to you after this one. We have Mintau and Bougainvillea? What the hell is this name, dude? Okay. So it's a level 0/25. It only has a startup effect of rest this card, and then choose your other copy of this card, and that card gets 2/5 power for the turn. This is unplayable.
Unplayable, yeah. Yeah, I give it the garbage tier. It's like went out of its way to be like exceptionally bad. Next up, we have a vanilla colony mecha. Give this the vanilla rating.
This girl is not wearing pants.
No, she's not. So no pants tier is what Nico gives this. Not much to say. It has mecha, it has colony. Hanukkah, incredible girl. Colony, ESP, 2175. But you don't actually do that. This is a back row card. It has pay 1, tap 2 colony. Choose a character with colony or mecha in waiting room. Salvage.
Dude, it's pluses.
It is recurring pluses. The set doesn't have a brainstorm. I'm just getting that out of the way because the set's garbage. So this is your only form of real plussing, and you don't actually use your back row. So I'm gonna.
I guess this is playable.
Oh, we're gonna get this playable. She's cute. She looks like the Neko Bar girl. Next up we have.
Reminds me more of like the dot hack.
The
dot hack thing.
I guess she looks like Kite. Next up is Imoko Shishido, Colony Mecha, 00 1500. Global 500 to Colony. So it's a global. That's pretty good. But then it also has ditch a card, sack this, salvage a colony. It has the Rem and Ram bomb effect.
That's pretty strong.
On a back row.
So then if you need to double hand fix, you can use the 2/1 back row to tap this card, and then you can, like, you know, ditch another card because you're going to have, like, a pretty big hand with this set. Sack this to get something else you need from waiting room. So I can see why this card would be pretty strong.
Okay, I've actually done that, and this is I actually maintain hand with this set.
Oh, did you think I sounded sarcastic, dude? I'm not understanding.
Oh, you're right. Only serious reviews here. Kazane, leader of the... I hate this name. I'm not even going to say it. 1/1 3500 Soul Trigger. During your opponent's turn, it is a global 500 to Colony and ESP, and it gives them Encore 2. And on play, top check 2, rearrange.
So I really don't like the little twin drills hairstyle. So this is actually like beyond garbage tier.
Okay, so you're actually just beyond garbage.
Yeah,
it's pretty harsh.
I'm sorry. I know Kit really likes like this type of hairstyle, but God, this is awful.
She's got glasses too. But
see, like it almost balances it out, but
yeah.
If we're talking about its effect, though, it's pretty garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse than the level 0 we just saw, right? Like global 5 and hand fix versus global 5 and.
Well, it's not even global 5. It's only global 5 on your opponent's turn.
Oh yeah, damn! It's even worse than a 0. Next, Nami Shishido. So I guess she owns the company that other girl worked at. She has Colony trait, important. It's the most important trait in the game. And if you don't have any other cards, she's a 4/5.
This is, no joke, actually kind of playable. Level 0 4/5 is pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, these sets are old, right? So, and you play the bomb in the deck from the salvages mecha, because we've seen some mecha cards, right?
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon because you can't tri-field people with these old sets, but you put down the 4/5, they put down something in another lane. You bomb that other card and then still have a 4/5 up, and this card can live 3 turns, if you're playing the deck correctly and they don't play bombs. If they play bombs, there's nothing you can do, but if they don't, this thing might stick around.
Yeah.
Here we go. This one's broken.
I see good text on this.
I actually had somebody call 2 on Saturday with this. And casuals. Really, and I drew 3. So that's pretty powerful. It's a 2/1 7/5 Colony ESP. On attack. So if it lives, you can do this twice. Your opponent declares 0, 1, or 2, and then you top check. If you top check a card with the level that they declared, you draw 1 plus the number that they declared. I don't know why, because this set really sucks, and so I think you play 12 level 2s, and somebody just, I don't even know, it was reflex, just went 2, and I went, oh, I guess I get to draw 3 here.
Easiest hand refill of your life.
Yeah.
So this card is overpowered then.
It's overpowered. Infinite draw is what I'm giving it. You're giving it overpowered.
Well, just think, man. So, this is for a small demerit of -1k, you have this card that can potentially net you, +5?
+3.
Well, no, because, if they call 2, you draw 3, so you pay for the card, and then if it lives another turn, you get to draw another 3.
You draw a backup.
Yeah, exactly.
You draw a backup, and then... Dude, you're right, it's broken. Oh, it's infinite draw. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's very good synergy. I like this card a lot.
Oh, now this is playing in the creek.
Wait, isn't this a Da Capo event?
Yeah, this card would be so broken if you had a brainstorm. You do not have a brainstorm in this. However, this card needs to be in Pauper Highlander standard decks. I'm sorry that I didn't have it in there. This would be broken with Moriarty, dude.
Yeah, it will be.
With Moriarty and that card that heals you? Oh my god! Put these climaxes on top. Oh, watch this. Infinite heals and anti-damage. Just draw 2, put 2 on top of your Library in New Order. So, in Standard, this is actually a broken card. This card, there is a version of this on the ban list in Standard, but this one's not, which is very strange. But reminder, this set does not have a brainstorm, so there's no way to like turn this into pluses, other than stacking a gate trigger. So I'm gonna give this unplayable.
I would agree.
Yeah. Sadly, it's really cool in Standard, but it's really shit in the context. That's the last card of the set. So that's broken. We saw some more playable cards in this set, but fear not, because Bushiroad knew.
Promos, right?
Yeah, they knew that they had printed actual just like garbage of a set that only had one level 3, so they made the strongest promos.
Okay, so if I can interrupt you for one quick second here. So, Bushiroad... So... Oh, I don't even know how to put this, man. Okay, so Mai Hime was perfectly balanced in Bushiroad's eyes. So, this set didn't require any additional support.
Yeah, it was...
Okay.
It was up to meta.
So,
it had only 2 level 3s.
But I see that this set, however, The Girl Who Leapt Through Space, got like 10 or 15 different promos.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good to go. Let's start this up.
Okay, I'll just start it off then. Akiha and Imoko. Colony Mecha, salvageable by the level 0. Has the colony trait for your other good level 0. Vanilla.
I really like the art.
I do too. This card I could only find 2 of on my trip through Japan. It's actually hard to find. Because it's expensive. This is a vanilla. So I'm gonna assume you give it the vanilla rating as well. Or do you give it
I give it the peace sign rating.
Okay. Next up is Queen Akiha 1/1 4K Soul Trigger on play. Pay 2 more on top of the one you already paid. Search for 1 mecha, add to hand, shuffle.
So it can't search for itself. Like, it can't search for Akiha cards. It has to search for mecha.
Okay, so this is unplayable.
Yeah.
So it's not even the fact
Oh my, dude, this is $21 on TCG Player.
Oh,
what is this card?
This is meta. So I
this is expensive. This is the meta rating for this is Little Buster 2. This card is $21.
Dude, this is the wallet buster. You play this just to flex how rich you are, because yeah, this is pretty garbage. I mean, like, if it was a 1/0, like maybe, like, oh, 1/0. Okay, like, let's humor them here, right? A 1025 Soul Trigger pay 2. I would call that playable. Or like on the fringes of playable. It'd be funny because that's a Soul Trigger for like 0 stock. But that Soul Trigger making it a 1/1 is just so garbage.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is just like even worse than the 1/0 pay 2 salvage, right?
Yeah, this to be quite honestly, it's not playable. You're never playing it.
Next up, Akiha and Q Tector. This has some. This girl's pretty cute. I kind of need to watch this show.
Yeah, dude, I agree.
1/1 5/5 Soul Trigger. So you know it's going to be good. You can rest a police character.
And an ESP character.
Damn. To make it an AK for the turn. I'm going to retain the unplayable, because even if you put this in Milky Holmes,
Well, Milky Holmes doesn't. Milky Holmes doesn't even have ESP trait.
Does it not?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think Cheryl is like detective and something else. I think it's like toys or something. I don't think it has ESP.
Are you sure about that?
I'm fairly certain. I'll verify off of the first set, but I don't think it does.
We gotta. Well, while he's doing that, I'll go on to the next one and let us know what Cheryl has if she has ESP trait.
It is detective, so
yeah. You're right. Wait.
And then each of the girls has their own separate traits. So like Cheryl is camera, Ellie is book.
That's unfortunate.
Cordelia is sports. So
very unfortunate. Next one, Akiha and Happy Friends 1-1 5K. Colony Mecha Soul Trigger. During your turn for each other colony, gets 500.
Oh my goodness! Oh, 500. Never mind.
What?
I thought it said 2,500 for a second. I'm like, oh my goodness, this card is really, really strong.
So
it's strong on the wallet though. This is $15.
This card is not.
So a Taige
cents.
profile is well, okay, that's pretty good then. So this is a 1-1 Taige.
Maybe I should flip them.
More or less. I would say this is also unplayable.
Unplayable. Makes sense. I mean, it's pretty garbage.
But sometimes, so if you have a full board, it's a 7-5, right?
For the turn.
Or back row. This is during your turn. Never mind. Okay, so this is actually unplayable then.
Yeah. I gave it the slightly unplayable because it at least had vanilla power before gaining. Like it's a 7-5. I mean, it's actually unplayable, especially when you look at some of these other cards. But it had good art, I guess. Next up, 1-1 Special Strange Division Itsuki. It's a 1-1 4K with a Soul Trigger. Colony Police. So you can tap this to give the other card power. On play, pay 2, search for a colony, and it has Hand Encore. This is
this is not good.
I give it the garbage tier. It's it's like they just put effects on a card without thinking about what the card was.
Dude, this must have been like a Blu-ray promo or something, my dude. This is $19.
This is the wallet tier.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. This is it's actually $18.50. I didn't realize it was so expensive. So I should have picked up more of it. Next up, Protector Hanukkah. Oh, it's the good dot hack character again.
Oh, this kite.
1-0 Global 5. Colony.
Hell yeah.
ESP.
Oh, dude, this is ESP trait. This is playable plus.
Okay.
It's a Global 5?
Can we take a minute to appreciate that it is worse than the level 0?
Wait, what did you say?
It is worse than the 0. There is a Global 5 for Colony on a 0 Ram bomb.
But this has cool art. And it's also worth $33.50.
Way
so
past
once
cool.
again, you are able to flex on your opponent with your
wallet.
wallet.
Your opponent and say, "I bought this deck from TCG Republic." Shameless plug. Hey, yeah, you're right. It's an attacker. It's an attacker that is also Global 5.
Global 5. Oh, this next card's really strong.
Oh. It's a gate.
It's a gate trigger. Yeah.
Oh.
This is meta playable plus, dude.
Meta. Yeah, you can actually play 8 gate with this. You just have to play it with Mai Hime. You have to play the Mai Hime gate plus this. I actually couldn't find this card in Japan. I want that to be known. Or I think it was actually like $4. I think like TCG Republic's not even scamming you here. Like this card was like straight up like a $4 gate if you could find it. So I went for the cheaper, like $2 Mai Hime gates. It doesn't combo with anything, but Mai Hime one basically doesn't either. So enough about that. On to the next card. Hanukkah and Q Tector.
This is a wait a minute.
Yeah, you've seen this card.
No, so this is just a straight up better profile than the other card.
And it doesn't have a soul trigger. How are you supposed to push damage?
Oh, you're right. But wait a minute. So this is universal. So this is on your turn and your opponent's turn. It has 500 extra power, but I guess you're right. It's lacking a soul trigger, so that's unfortunate.
Oh, I give this meta plus because this card is actually like swole as hell.
It gets pretty big.
Yeah, it's like an 8/5 behind a Rem and Ram Bomb that you're already playing for because that's hand fix. I mean, and surprise, SK is the only thing with a 1/0 counter. You got your hand fix and counter, right? Broken.
Strong.
I mean, it makes the 1K counter feel less bad because like you're already bigger than most things like base.
Okay.
It's decent. I call it Meta Plus.
I agree. I think Meta Plus is a fine rating to give it.
Especially when you get your Itsuki and Q-Tech door, 2/1, 2/5, Colony Police, experience when you use the backup of this. If you have 2 or more Colony, you use all Colony because you have that broken level 0, right? It's a 3,500 power backup. So what's really cool is remember the synergy with that 2/1 because you're playing a bunch of level 2s. When you attack with the 2/1, they're going to call 2. You're going to draw 3 because they call 2. Then you drew into your counter. That's a 3/5. That puts your 7/5 to like what? Puts it to 11K. You're basically countering over some early plays.
Man, so this counter is like it's beyond playable.
Beyond
playable.
Beyond playable. Yeah, it's so good.
This girl is also pretty cute, so that's a plus for the card.
Yeah. So yeah, it like helps you continuously. It's infinite draw support.
Yeah.
Next card, Akiha, Ace in the Hole. This card's actually broken. And I'm so sad this card is in this shitty set. 2/1, 6K, Colony. It's a global 1K to Colony. So it's a good backer, right? And it has draw phase change into Akiha and Imoko feelings together. So this is the card you tap with your other 2/1, and then you change every turn. So it's like helps your 1/1 stay alive a little bit longer. It helps your level 0 be more horrifying. But then look, you have a level 3 that you can change into. Hold up, did you just see that Mai Hime may be able to summon level 3s at level 0 inconsistently. Yeah. But this set can consistently summon level 3s at level 2. Which is pretty broken. Colony Mecha. During your turn, you're getting it playable already.
Well, of course, dude. Oh, wait, no. I thought we were still talking about Akiha Ace in the Hole.
Oh, Akiha and the Ace in the Hole. I mean, like, that really depends on what it turns into, right? So, like, I think it's like a bundle, right? Because you're not going to play one without the other. During your turn, it's 500 for every other, so it's a 10/5, 11/5 on your turn. It's basically Yukina. And it's got more finishing power than Yukina. Because when it's played from hand via or with change, you can heal. And then it has, when it reverses its battle opponent, if the girl who leapt through space is in play, which is a draw 2K1. I'm pretty sure it's a draw 2K1. I'm tired of being wrong about this. Let me be sure.
Yep. I think we'll probably see it a little down the road.
It's a draw 2K1. I just had to verify for people?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's a draw 2K1. You're right.
Okay, so unlike the last thing I thought was a draw 2K1, this one is. On reverse, you shuffle 3 cards from... you choose up to 3, so if they have no grave, you don't have to. If they have like only a climax, you don't have to. Shuffle them back into your opponent's deck, and then... this card goes to memory, and then comes back during the next draw phase. So time machines. Denies reverses if you get a reverse. Decompresses your opponent as much as it swings for. It's your only level 3 in the set.
And it heals.
It heals.
Yeah. So this is fuck, man. This is like MVP.
It's MVP. I thought MVP was that like level 0.
Oh no, because I think that level 0 was what is it? That was from Mai Hime. This is the space.
Mai Hime?
Oh no! You're right. No, you're right. The MVP was the level 0. I think that got to like 8-5 at level 3. You're right. This is first place, first loser. This will be first loser. This is the second MVP.
First loser it is. Yeah, and I think that's it for the set, right? I mean,
we have the draw 2K one, and yeah, that's it.
So, man, I see. This is powerful. Not only, I mean, you're able to mix sets, so you could technically play 8 healers, and you could like cheese out cards early, but let's face it, Mai Hime gives nothing to the girl who left through space. So Mai Hime may be the only thing winning by getting an extra card in its pool. And then like the card you're putting in there, you just be like, why am I not playing the girl who left through space deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a two set review, but you're only really playing one set. Right. I mean, it's like you're only going to play the SK set.
Yeah.
And even then, it's pretty garbage. But I think it's a funny throwback to how Weiss Schwarz used to be.
Yeah. Well, so like on the bright side though, you can run 8 gate with this.
Ooh, 8 gate's pretty broken.
You could have always kept hand.
Confirmed as good as Persona.
This is Angel Beats tier, because Angel Beats also used to run. Yeah.
Angel Beats has like Mill though, and like a Brainstorm, right? Oh, it doesn't have a Brainstorm. Yeah, it has global hand on core and like a 2-soul combo.
Yeah, I guess Angel Beats is a bit better. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So this isn't even Angel Beats tier. This is just funny throwback tier for me. I like you could throw it in garbage tier for you.
I like the art on the girl who leapt through space. I'm probably gonna go watch the anime because of this.
Oh yeah, same. I need to watch it too. But yeah, so that's it for this review. We hope to actually go through and like review some of the really older, more garbage sets because it's kind of fun to see like how much the game has changed because they were balancing these 1/1s. Like these 1/1s may look horrendous today, and they might have been horrendous then, but like they were actually on par with the other 1/1s at the time, which is very sad.
Yep.
But yeah, until next time.
Have a good one, guys.